Hello, welcome to this impromptu video. Why do I say it's impromptu? Well, because I kind of got a look at what's inside this month's Doctor Who monthly magazine. Mainly posters. That's the only reason why I bought this, is because there's posters in here and I seen what the posters are and I wanted them. And so I paid the €14.25 for the posters. That's it. That's all I cared about, was the fucking posters that is inside. So, yeah, here is the front of the magazine. You got the toy maker, Beep the Meep, 14, and Donna. And inside, it also includes previews for the new special starting next Saturday, and a whole bunch of other stuff inside. So, here's the back of it, because it also says includes the final to 14's first story, which is Liberation of the Daleks, which I know frighteningly little about, which I do know it's getting like its own full comic. Then there's also the DWM 60th anniversary poll winner revealed inside. I'm assuming that's about episodes. And then there's also a Russell T Davies, get ready for the big reveal, and then win the latest merchandise as well. So yeah, let's crack into this. And like I said, I mainly want the posters. That's all I care for, as I am literally destroying the outer yolk for this. And see what I mean? I've destroyed it. I've bottled it just for the posters. That's all. That's all I really cared about. Okay, so let's see what we have. So we have obviously the actual Doctor Who monthly magazine. So there's the front, there's the back, which is teasing Doctor Who: The Art of the Audio Adventures by Mark Wright, and a historic collection of 100 Doctor Who audio dramas, covers, artworks from Big Finish, available for the first time in glossy hardback coffee table book. So for those Big Finish fans, you can get it. Then of course we have posters. So let's have a look at the posters. I'm going to need to step back a bit here to reveal the main poster. So here's the front side of it, which has obviously Beep the Meep for the episode The Star Beast, which I don't like the look of this. It's actually also on the other side that I absolutely love, which is this, because it represents all of the episodes, roughly all 3 of the episodes for the 60th. So yes, this is definitely gonna go on my wall. I just need to figure out where exactly on the wall. So yeah, that's double-sided poster. And then we also have another poster. So let me open her up. This isn't what these aren't the ones that I wanted. Okay, so I guess the Star Beast and the other one is guaranteed, and the next ones aren't guaranteed, because the ones I'm after getting aren't the ones that I wanted. And I'll tell you what one I wanted. So let's have a look. Actually, hold on. Okay, no, I was just an idiot and I needed to open it. I'm an idiot. This is the first. You can tell this is the first time I've done this, because I know next to nothing. So we have options. Option number 1 is the Empty Child / The Doctor Dances, which honestly looks really, really good. I would be definitely considering hanging this one up if it wasn't for what was behind it. Now, this isn't technically what's behind it, which is, Blink, which is another, it's a good one. It's the reason why it's regarded as one of the best modern Doctor Who episodes. It's overrated. But when I open it up, open inside, we have the others. So we have the 50th anniversary, which I will not be sticking up, so it will be blank that I stick up. And this was the reason why I bought this. This poster right here, World Enough in Time / The Doctor Falls, is one of my all-time favorite stories. It actually is my all-time favorite story. So this is why I bought this. This poster right here was why I bought this month's Doctor Who monthly magazine. So, I'm going to pause this video real quick whilst I have a flick through and point out some interesting bits. Or, I could just read the table of contents on page 1. So, in Doctor Who Monthly Magazine, issue 597, you get on page 38, interview with Catherine Tate. Featurettes. We have the featurettes for the Star Beast, the Wild Blue Yonder, the Daleks, Neil Patrick Harris is the Toymaker, poll results, Madness in the Air, Tales from the TARDIS, 60 Objects, 60 Years, 2018 to 2022, The Fact of Fiction, Heaven Sent. So those are on pages 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 30, 44, 48, and 62. And then we have regulars, Gallifrey Guardian on page 4, Galaxy Form on page 8, Letters from the Showrunner on page 12, which I'll definitely be reading, Production Diary on page 14, Time and Space Visualizers on page 16, the comic strip Liberation of the Daleks Part 14, which is the last bit, that's on page 53, reviews on page 66, page 74 is crosswords and competitions, 76 is other worlds, and 82 is sufficient data. So the main one I'm going to have a look at here is on page 26, and that is poll results. So let me go and have a look, because I believe that is polls for the best episodes, which I have already seen. But I will, of course, read them out to you, because I find the results to be very, very interesting. Yes, so here we go, page 26, and I was correct. It is the poll results for the best stories in Doctor Who history from all 60 years of the show. So, I'll go from 10 to 1. So, number 10, with 18.7% of the votes, goes to the 10th Doctor story, written by Stephen Moffat, Silence in the Library / The Forest of the Dead. The first story to introduce us to the Vashnarada, but also to Professor River Song. Number 9 is the 7th Doctor story, Remembrance of the Daleks, from 1988, with 20.9% of the votes, which is good. It's good to see that there's a classic. There's going to be multiple classic stories on here, so it's not just all new Who, which I'm very thankful for, as a lover of both new and classic Who. So number 8 is the well-regarded one I haven't seen, City of Death, from 1979, with 24.5% of the votes. So at 7th is one of my favorite stories, with 24.9%, so just barely beating out City of Death, is the two-parter Human Nature / The Family of Blood from the Series 3, from 2007. So also from Series 3 and 2007, with 25.8% of the vote, is Blink. That's not a surprise. Human Nature, Family of Blood, and Blink are the best episodes of Series 3. So I'm very happy that it actually made it on the list. So, what beat out Blink, you might be asking? Well, the extremely overrated story that came out 10 years ago, with only beating Blink by 0.1% of the vote. So I got 25.9% of the vote, and that is The Day of the Doctor. Now, you already know my takes on The Day of the Doctor. I did a review for it back in August, I believe. End of August was when I did my 50th anniversary review. And I think it's extremely overrated. And deserving fifth? Absolutely not. There are far better stories than The Day of the Doctor, in my honest opinion. You know, now it's 10 years later. The rose tinted glasses are off on that story. But what beat out The Day of the Doctor? Well, with 26.5% of the vote, uh, the last episode for Peter Davison got it. The 1984 story, The Caves of Androzani. It's nice to see a regeneration episode on here. You know, The Caves of Androzani, I don't think I've seen it in full, but I have seen a good chunk of it, so I do know it is a fantastic story. But number three is another episode that I think is vastly overrated, and it's another classic Doctor Who episode with 26.8% of the vote, you know, just 3.3% beating out of Genesis of the Daleks. Um, I just said it. It was Genesis of the Daleks. I was thinking of the Caves of Androzani. I was looking at Genesis of the Daleks. It's the 1975 episode Genesis of the Daleks. You know my stance. I did a review of it at the beginning of this month, so if you haven't checked it out, you should. But what beat it out? Well, my favorite modern Doctor has taken the top two spots with 28.7% of the vote is World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls from 2017. Now, my Doctor Who video is due out tomorrow for my Series 10 review, but I've made it well known World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls is by far my favorite modern episode of Doctor Who, but also my favorite Capaldi episode. And my second position for the second best Capaldi episode actually made it to number one, which I'm actually not surprised by because it is still a fantastic episode. So with 35.1% of the vote, Heaven Sent has taken on the list. So yes, that is just some of the stuff in this month's Doctor Who Monthly Magazine. There is the poll there. And yeah, will I keep buying this monthly? Absolutely not. Like I said since the beginning of this video, I bought this for the posters. That's all I cared about. This dog shit to me. I wouldn't even wet my own hole with this. The posters, though. The posters is what made me buy it. And yeah, I'll probably give this, like a proper read at some point. But yeah, no, it was just the posters. I can't lie to you. It was the posters. The posters is what made me buy this. And there you guys go. That has been my first and only look at the Doctor Who Monthly Magazine. And I hope you enjoyed. So I will see you all tomorrow for my Doctor Who Series 10 review. That's the last of my Doctor Who series reviews. Obviously, I'm still going to be reviewing it, next week with the 60th coming and all that. But anyway, I don't want to ramble anymore, so I shall see you all tomorrow for that video.